The Duramax is down. As you can see from the title and the thumbnail, the LML Duramax blew up, and I'm gonna go in detail exactly what happened after we throw some of these parts on, like these spindles and power steering pump I got for it, onto the retro cab, so don't go nowhere. All right, first things first, we're gonna get this thing lifted up on jack's end so we can start taking them spindles off and swapping them out with the stock spindles so we can get this thing back down level, because it's killing me leaning like this. It really is. It eats me up, and I just didn't want to do this. I had to pick a good day to do this, and today is a perfect day to do this. So. All right, guys, we got the tires off. Now we're gonna start on taking these spindles out the way. It's just a bad view, you can see that, but see how rusty these things are, man. I don't like that. It's not clean. So we got these clean ones. We threw some paint on. We're gonna slap on her. Dang, dude, look at this thing. Looks way better. I know it's not a 4.6 or nothing, but way better. Way lower. Holy. Finally, been wanting to do that for the longest time. Yes, sir. So we got the front spindles on, as you can see, dropped it down way more, thank God. So now, guys, we're gonna go ahead and mess with the headlights. I got this company over here, Boslla, I guess you say it, sent me these LEDs to try out. They said it's a newer LED they're working with, so they want me to try it out and see how they did and show you guys so you guys can check them out. So let's get these things installed in the headlights and see how bright they are. All right, guys, as you can see, we got them Bosslas installed, and look at that fitment. They're just snug in there. So much room to maneuver with. And I just got some other cheap ones in the high beams for now that I ordered before they sent me these, so maybe they'll send me some high beams as well. We do got a few things to do with these plugs. This is the factory 14 harness. These plugs don't really fit good in here, but I'm thinking of splicing the older plugs back in it for the blinkers. And I got to figure out which one of these is high and low, or high and low, I don't know. So let's get these on the truck and let's see how they work. Dang, them suckers are bright. Let's go shut off this light and see how bright they really are. Guys, this doesn't do any justice of how bright these things really are. Like, look at that. Them suckers are bright. It blinds me off my hand. Look at that freaking reflection off my hand. Ooh, things are gonna be sweet at night. Look at this. Dang, dude. Be sure to check them out for sure. It's Boslla. They got some bright LEDs. Now, they do seem a little pricey, but maybe we can work out an affiliation to where I get you guys a discount. You get some really bright LEDs. Alrighty guys, as you can see, we got the LEDs all set up. Got the headlights working great. I wound up breaking my damn lower, but it looked good. I still gotta fix this harness on this side so I can get the lights working like that one, but everything seems to work. Let's turn these flashers on. I don't know if you can see that. Something's going on. It's flashing, but it's like the light behind it's a lot brighter, but we're gonna figure all that out later on. Now I still do have to do the back. I only have one harness for the back, so I'm gonna order the other harness for it and get to doing that in the next video probably or so. And have these blinkers working, these running lights, and these brake lights. All right guys, now we're gonna throw on an ICT Billet Power Steering bracket for the power steering pump we're going to be throwing on here. It's the L84 kit. It goes on this side, and where we can have power steering, we're using the factory 9902 steering rack for now until we get everything else functional like we should. And we're just going to throw that thing on there. Picked it up for I think $160 off of eBay from the ICT Billet store on eBay. So we got the factory 9906 power steering pump right here. We're going to throw on there right now. All right guys, so what we're doing now, we're gonna be we took off the belt, we're taking off this tensioner right here, and so we can put our power steering pump right there. It comes with a new idler pulley. Not really sure why, but this thing doesn't have a belt tensioner. I don't know what Jim was doing, but for now we're just gonna go ahead with it and then try to measure the belt and see where we're at. All right guys, so we had to run the AutoZone to rent this little power steering pump puller tool. Like I said, we had to go run AutoZone to get this power steering pump puller, or pulley puller, so we can pull this pulley so we can install our ICT Billet brackets. All right, so we got the bracket on. We got that one M10 30mm going through the bracket. Now we got the power steering pump on, held on by the 2 bolts in the back, like that. Now, step 3, this bracket. Look at these bolts and these spacers. All right guys, so there's 4 smaller bolts and 2 of them are a little bit longer than the other 2. So the other 2 go on the right side right here. They don't take spacers. That's the shortest ones, and the slightly longer ones take spacers on the left side of the pulley shaft right here. Yo guys, look at this thing. ICT Billet always has some clean products. This thing is pretty sick. Definitely dresses up the engine bay a little bit. It looks too stock in here, so we need more stuff like this. Yes sir. ICT Billet always has the good stuff. If you don't know who they are, they make a lot of LS swap parts. So I suggest y'all go, LS and LT, obviously it's LT. I suggest y'all go check them out if y'all ever plan on doing any kind of swapping, because I wouldn't have power steering right now if it wasn't for them. All right guys, so now we're gonna be taking our string and we're going to be measuring our belt with it. Let me show you how it's done. Okay, so what you wanna do is we take your string, stretch it out, and then figure out how you want your belt ran. So mine's gonna go something like this. You can probably see it, but bear with me. So it's gonna go under the pulley like that, on the height of the pulley, and then go around the power steering like that. And this is where we touch. We grab a piece of tape so I can show you how. All right guys, as you can see, that's how my belt is ran. Well, we have to go underneath here. So being this thing doesn't have any kind of tensioner on it, we gotta make sure that our belt is just a little bit tighter than this when we go and get one. As you can see though, where it runs and how it runs, that's I guess how we're gonna do it. But like I said, you gotta make sure when doing this and you don't have a tensioner like this set up, as you can see, you got to make sure your belt's a little tighter than the string, because the string's gonna stretch, and you have to stretch the belt over the serpentine, but not too tight, because then you'll start messing some stuff up. All right guys, so I think we're gonna go and find a tensioner pulley for this thing, because it was virtually impossible to find the exact measurement belt that I need for it. So we're gonna go find a tensioner, and we're gonna actually add it right here, right there in that little slot, as you can see. I'm pretty sure ICT Billet makes one, but if not, I think 07 to 13 model might fit. If not, I think we can find the older L83 5.3 tension. It might fit right there. So we're gonna make something work so we can get a slightly bigger belt and, you know, have a tension on it. So now we're at a standstill with the retro cab, so that's actually gonna be all we're gonna do today to her. So yeah, let's get into the LML Duramax.
Flashback.
Well, unfortunately, the Duramax is down, as you can see over there. Not sure what happened to it exactly, but it started off with a little tap on a light acceleration, and now into a heavy clattering, knocking sound. It almost sounds like somebody's beating on the back door.
End of flashback.
Ouch, that thing sounds horrible, didn't it? Well, I did further investigation and I realized it is the crank. Like most LMLs, they always break the crank. So be sure to watch the video when that drops. We are going to do a teardown on that, on the Duramax, and replacing and rebuilding the engine. Let's come across a good deal on an engine for the LML Duramax. As of right now, we're going back with probably a forged crank and a couple other goodies that it's going to upgrade the engine so we know it will last. Be sure to check that out when it drops. We do have a lot more to do to this truck, but we're kind of at a standstill. Got a lot of other projects going on, so we're trying to get this thing as close to daily driving as possible since the LML is down. Texas 2K is right around the corner, so if you guys are around there or going, hit me up. I'll be out there for sure. love racing, love trucks. So if any of y'all let me film some of y'all trucks, if you have any fast trucks out there, if y'all let me film it, please DM me and or on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, and let's link up so I can get a couple videos of y'all trucks. Also, for everyone that subscribed, thank y'all. Really making this dream kind of alive and possible. The more subscribers I get, the more confidence I get to be able to do this, and more, you know, willpower to be able to do this, because it's like a lot of people say you seem a lot of people say you seem comfortable on camera, and it didn't just happen overnight. I kind of had to develop that, and as I grew on, it just got easier and easier and easier to speak on camera and to film yourself. So I'm still working on it, but I appreciate all the subscribers, and if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe and like this video if you enjoyed the video, and leave a comment. Tell me what else you guys want to see.